In today's video, I want to show you guys how to change oil on your KTM two-stroke without losing a single drop of oil. One of the things that I've always kind of hated about oil changes or gear oil changes is how messy they can be, especially if you're doing it where it's a little bit windy. It just seems like you're getting oil all over. I've changed oil a million times in this shop when I'll put down a cardboard, like a piece of cardboard on the floor because of the inevitable drip that I'll get. But there's a couple of tools I want to show you today that have pretty much eliminated that. This is a tool that you can get from Tokyo Off-Road. I'll have links down in the description. And this is a tool which is essentially the same thing that somebody just made for me. And there may be some other places you can buy it, and I'll show you what this does. The other thing I want to show you is this Pro Funnel by Motion Pro. This gives you the ability to put your oil down in here with a measuring ratio right on this thing, and then after you get the correct amount of oil in there and you put it in the bike, you just turn the thing and the oil goes down through. Let me kind of show you and walk you through the process of using these two tools to make it so that you too can get that oil change where it's perfect and you don't drip any oil. The first thing you want to do with any oil change or gear oil change is to warm the bike up. Get it up to operating temperature. You don't want to burn yourself on this oil, but you do want the oil warm so it can flow out freely. So with the tools I'm about to show you, the way it works is you lay the bike over on its side so that you can get at your oil plugs without losing any oil. If you have a TPI bike, then you can lay your bike all the way over on its side, or if you have a carbureted bike, you might want to lay it down onto a stand like this so you don't lay the thing completely over and just have fuel running everywhere. These modern, say 2017 and newer KTMs, you're going to need a 13mm socket, and you'll just put it down in here right under the shifter. Sometimes you have to move the shifter up into second gear to get a clear, straight shot of that thing, and then you'll just pull out your plug with the magnet on it. At this point, I'm just going to thread in my oil drain tool that I got from Tokyo Off-Road. You'll notice that I'm holding it up into second gear to get that shifter as far up out of the way as possible, and then you can just thread this thing right down on there. It only has to be finger tight. You don't need to put a wrench on that at all. I had to do 3 oil changes today, so I'm going to show you also the 125XC. That's the bike here that's dirty, hadn't been washed yet. Just put that thing, put your drain tool on there, finger tight. And then we're going to go ahead and get our drain plug kind of cleaned off. It'll have some metal shavings on there. It's fine to have little metal particles on that, and the easiest way is to just use a paper towel to get those off. You don't want to have big old metal slivers inside of there. That would denote that there's a problem. At this point, we're just going to lift the bike back up for our next step, which is to remove our oil cap. That's going to help the oil to drain out really, really freely over on the other side. I'll just clean that up just a little bit. And you'll see we'll just pull out our plug here. Now, I have to tell you guys, this bike actually went too long. I normally take a bike and do a gear oil change on it after the first about 5 hours. This one had gone 10 hours, and that's okay if you're doing stuff that isn't, if you're not getting the clutch hot. If you're getting the clutch hot, that black oil doesn't look that great. See how this oil is a little bit more brown in color? This is from the 125XC. The bike had gone the same amount of hours. Both of them went 10 hours, but the 125XC hours were obviously a lot less heat, and so the oil didn't break down nearly as much. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be using on your clutch a lot and getting the bike super hot, dragging the clutch, you are going to need to do oil changes at shorter intervals. I'll just kind of lean the bike over here to see if I can get anything more out of it. I take my time here. I've let the bikes sit overnight before. And then we're just going to we lay the bike back down, take the tool out, and then clean up the engine case down here, and then we'll be putting our plug back in. So this one's on the 250. Just drop that plug back in once I've got everything cleaned up, and you'll notice that everything is still pristine clean down here. There's not a single drip of oil that has been spilled. Check your manual for torque spec. I know my arm is calibrated to the exact spec on this bike, so that's what I did there. Hold the phone. We need to stop right here. In your manual, it's going to tell you to pull this seat bolt out here so that you can then put the proper amount of oil in that thing. I have stopped doing that. I can't tell you. I get an email every week of somebody who strips this bolt out. Why? Because they don't take that spring off for the rear brake, and they go and they strip that bolt right out of the case. Seriously, I get it every week. My suggestion to you is to not take that bolt out. Do what I'm going to show you here. Measure the amount of oil that needs to go in this thing and save yourself a ton of headache. Instead of stripping out that bolt every time, buy yourself this Motion Pro funnel. You can put the exact amount of oil in there for these TPI bikes. In fact, for both of these bikes, the 250s, the 300s, and the 125XC, it's 0.8 liters of oil. You put in 800 milliliters in that funnel, and then you just turn the valve and let it go in. You're not going to drip a single thing. You're going to have the exact amount of oil that you need in the bike, and you will not have stripped out that seat bolt. And you won't be emailing me asking like, can you helicoil it, or can you use JB Weld, or what are you going to do? You can also see that if you have a kickstart, this is another reason we need the kickstarts, KTM, because it helps to hold your funnel in there. So I love having the kickstarts on my bike. But as you can see, we are done now, and I didn't drop a single drip of oil. I filmed 2 of the oil changes. There was a third one that I did. I did 3 oil changes and did not drop a single drop of oil. So how snazzy is that? I did 3 oil changes in a row right outside this door, and I didn't spill a drop. Hey, if you want to do me a favor, go ahead and pick up one of these Pro funnels from Rocky Mountain ATV. Use my link, it's down in the description. I love that thing. And I buy all my stuff from almost all my stuff from Rocky Mountain ATV. I always check them first. I have links for Rocky Mountain ATV in the description or on my website, dirtbikechannel.com. You can go ahead and pick up oil, you can pick up that funnel, you can pick up tires, whatever you need. Hey, real quick, I need to ask you if you have gone to my website, dirtbikechannel.com, and got entered to win the 3 motorcycles that I'm giving away yet. There's a KX 250X that's right here. There's a KTM 125XC sitting outside, and there's a KTM 1290 Super Adventure S sitting in my garage. And you can enter win those things. All you have to do is go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com, right now, at least before June 30th of 2021, and get entered to win those things. No purchase is necessary, but you can go over there and get entered to win. Why haven't you done that yet? Oh, and the chance that we will be giving away this KTM 250 XCW TPI later in the year, the chances of that happening are 100%. I'm giving dirt bikes away, I'm riding them, I'm reviewing them, I'm giving my unbiased opinion on them, and then I'm passing them along to you. This one though, I might not ride at all. I might just give it away to you guys. So that's what's coming up in the future. So use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV, go buy that Pro funnel, go have a blast, and leave a single track. Thanks everybody.